right? And how you try to condition each out of float. Difference, Ness has disjoints, and he has a lot of them, and he's going to use them often, but he does have a very poor recovery at that. And turnip is one of the best ways to handle that recovery. We've seen that time and time again from the Peach players against the Nesses. But Send understands his weaknesses. He understands where that issue's going to be. And he finds ways to get back. He has really good recovery routes in these matchups like these.
He's a phenomenal player. Has the combos down, great placement of attacks, great reads. And definitely going to be a really difficult match for MuteAce.
Yeah, I think so. Like, this is one of those things where we saw a lot. Like, MuteAce has gone through a lot of people, but this is going to be one of the biggest issues to fight against. And Sen understands how to fight this. And also, at worst case, we don't see it too often, but he does have access to things like the Steve, which he hasn't really pulled out of late. But that is a character that, you know, we've seen Mute struggle a bit too. So
if you really want to, you know, upset some people, look, Twitter will be right behind you if you pick up Steve right now.
Oh my God, bro! Like you get a whole fan base within a second. That's for sure. Well,
a whole fan base of haters.
Hey man, look, they're fans regardless, man. Look, you made it when you get the haters, all right?
Look, I was told that jealousy is just love and hate at the same time. Okay. Hashtag Drake.
Oh my God! Well, we're getting into the game number 1. We started from the bottom. Now we're here. We started from the bottom of the bracket. Now we've made it to the top. These are 2 players trying to avoid elimination from bracket. And we're going to start things off here on Battlefield.
Yeah. And, I mean, really, you know, the combos from both these players are exceptional. And I really want to see how MuteAce is going to navigate the forward air that we're probably going to see a lot of from Sen. You know, MuteAce using Peach generally wants to float. But, what a tricky setup right there. What a tricky setup.
It's like, yo, check your toes.
Yeah, JK, up top.
Hello, my name is Spencer. Welcome to Lowe's.
Great positioning as well, got that grab, and is using that side mag to always turn himself around, and just MuteAce can get nothing going right now.
Absolutely, and also that PK Flash is really good at low percents now too, because that does lead to confirms. So on platform, if you get a good air dodge read out of Mute, who's trying to go ahead and maybe safely float there, you can get a good combo. But this PK Thunder is one of your best non-committal edge guards that you have access to.
Did you need to go off stage right there, Sid? That was quite the risk, especially against a player like MuteAce.
Yeah, I think I was expecting something aggro from MuteAce there, who kind of got caught slipping. Like, maybe didn't expect that, but just keeping himself up high. Now you can go ahead and force ledge, and that was risky. Because if he catches you on the PK Thunder 2, you die, but up tilt of all things is actually the kill there.
All part of the master plan the entire time. We should have known there was something tricky after down tilt to grab earlier.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen up tilt kill, to be honest. Now you have to watch out, because something that Sen will do on occasion is he'll go for the side mag that cancels off stage, sniper jumping down at you, especially while off the stock. That, however, where's that grab range? Ness got a big old head. How did you not grab it?
It's a good question. Peach is friendly. Peach is nice. The turn up, you were talking about it. A great toll at sniping now Gimps against Sin.
It's so good because if you hit that PK Thunder 2, the distance it goes is shortened. And the best way to do that is throw an item at it. So that turn up is a really good answer there on those edge guards.
So, I mean, MuteAce did tie up the stock count, but still playing on the back foot. 75% separate both these players right now, and Sin having no interest in slowing down.
Absolutely. You need to keep that pressure up against Peach, because once you start letting them kind of feel themselves and finesse a bit, that's how you take it down till you take 80, if not a stock. So you need to make sure you keep Mute feeling comfortable, because we've seen all tournament. Mute has this X factor about him. When he gets confident, he's so powerful, but that falling up air does, for some reason, connect into the back throw, and that is going to be a great kill for Sen, as he has a very large lead here, Logic.
Sen's technical skill is so amazing to me. Just the movement, the drag down up air into the grab. Just Sen seems to know every single trick Ness has and pulls it off flawlessly. And it's a treat to watch him do it.
Exactly. And now for MuteAce, you do have the ability to make a comeback. You have plenty of time, especially if you got a nice early gimp like before with the turnip. So what is he doing? He's slowly actually walking himself to ledge to get a reversal ledge trap, which worked perfectly on execution. And now Sen is looking at a ledge trap where he was the one kind of pressuring him, and that could be a stock pretty soon, especially if another Nair or forward air connects.
Turn up.
Bye.
A thing of beauty, if you will.
While you're playing Mario Golf, we got Mario Party minigames. We want to go ahead and get that going too. Add that to double down. So what are we doing here with this lead? If you're Mute, you need to close the gap with Sen. Now try to hitbox check him. Actually getting pressured back. Here's the X factor we talked about before. The Mute barely had any options covered at the beginning, and he has now lapped him in percent.
Ajax, did you watch this set already? How'd you know? The X factor coming into play as you talked about it.
At least that's not virtual. Oh,
Oh,
my
what?
God! Oh, did not go for a single hit. However, what?
That was clean.
The light hit drag down of up air to the auto cancel fall down. It immediately confirming because you had enough hit stun there. Chef's kiss. That was so well played by Mute on that last stock.
That was gorgeous. That was gorgeous.
Beautiful. Like we said, go off queen.
That was also a little bit of payback, you know?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, Sin did a drag down, up air into a grab. He's like, all right, well, I got other stuff too. It's not into a grab, but it's still a drag down. It looks pretty.
Yeah, I mean, for Sen, too, like, all you got to do is just keep your composure back that. Once again, shout outs to great music. Thank you so much for everybody who picked the music.
Hoodie. I would rock that, and I don't even use Ness.
I'm just saying, like, Kazuya's edition, the best thing about him was actually the music. Because second music is amazing. But let's see where the counter pick is. We're actually going to run it right back to Battlefield, which makes a lot of sense. It was pretty close throughout the whole thing. And this is definitely one of Sen's more comfortable picks that I've seen him choose throughout the history of his his play.
It's not a bad stage for Ness by any means, especially with all the setups that Ness do possess, at least in the year 2021. So they have leveled up quite a bit.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, it is not nearly as linear as before. It was short hop fair to another one, and that was it. But now with the side magnet cancels they have, and I also saw a couple instant down air cancels from Sen too, which does auto cancel those people off on the way that he lands. So he's been able to change his landing mix-ups, but Mute has done a great job of holding this lead still here after that last game.
Yeah, clearly made the adjustments and still remembering them in the game number 2. Sen struggling right now. Drag down forward into back throw, good stuff. What is the follow-up? There is no float option now. It's only an up B. It's going to be a ledge trap, tries to jump up, stall out, throw out a back air, but MuteAce just so patient when recovering from that ledge.
You see Mute really wants to keep Sen grounded. He does not want him going for short hop aerials whatsoever. He's constantly challenging him in that spot, especially when he thinks his startup is better. But Sen needs to answer that in kind with maybe an up smash on a short hop read, but that Nair is actually going to take it out even with that distance it was on that platform.
Yeah, unfortunately a missed parry by Sen. We saw the flicker of the shield. Sen knew the attack was coming, just didn't know how to deal with it, unfortunately.
And that's huge for Mute. It's like, all right, I'll take that in a gift basket every single time. Now that's your double jump. Now you're forced to land directly down, and you read that air dodge every time. MuteAce's advantage has been so good.
Oh,
even
that
against
was so pretty! Sen, that was a thing of art.
Walk the dog, man. Like, we were talking, I was wondering when that up smash would come out at some point, and he catches him. Like, this is still extremely close.
I just can't get over that. I believe that was side magnet into drag down up air into up smash, and there was like one other attack in there. It was just gorgeous.
And speaking of that side magnet, we're seeing him use it a lot more now. That's a good option against Float, against Peach, because he's trying to keep going for these nairs. It's actually working. Great parry there. Tries to read a spot dodge with the cross-up nair. Not going to give it to him. But you see both of them give me a lot more respect after that scramble. They're RNG's is showing up, but it didn't get anything.
It could have been a curtain for Sen right there. Fortunately, was able to dodge it.
That's actually really smart of you because you got hit by a bunch of down tilts before, but you have a frame 2 jab. So the moment he stops pressing down tilt, you get to stop that grab.
Yeah. Definitely smart stuff. Good thing to point out, too.
Oh, what do you do about ledge now? You've been getting caught on ledge quite a bit.
Ooh,
wow,
so
air dodge
fast.
down and in. That was so risky. He does get forward thrown back off, though.
But it also forces MuteAce to continue to guess.
Okay. Bro, how'd you double parry the tail of PK Thunder?
Look,
you are actually built different.
This is a princess, okay? We don't ask her questions anymore. Peach does what Peach pleases.
And she really out here putting that where it's like, it's crazy. Oh, that's your double jump. Now you got to take this turn. Oh, what a good angle. You know what? You take that umbrella compared to death every time, except for the fact that you decided to go for a PK Fire for some reason on that spot.
I think it was a mistake. I think that unfortunately Sen wanted to drop off the platform.
Possibly.
So the PK Fire sideways, but MuteAce said, hey, thank you. Christmas is coming up anyway. I'll take all the gifts.
Exactly. We were in the holiday season. It is Christmas in July, basically, because we're out here in Florida. Now, what do you do? This is actually, like, Mute did move, but this is technically almost defensive home turf because we've seen a lot of the Florida crowd out here supporting Mute. But Sen is not someone to sleep on because even with this deficit, we've seen how great his comebacks have been in the past, particularly if he decides to go off and get a huge PK Thunder 2 read.
Yeah, definitely an option. I think the biggest issue, though, right now for Sen is that the Nair out of shield isn't working.
Yeah.
You know, that was really one of the kind of responses. Oh, good stuff right there.
That got him a dad.
Yeah.
And that was actually really good because we kept wondering when is he going to beat air to airs with up smash. He got the drag down last time. That time straight up. But forward throw does put Mute back into a comfy spot. Now you're forced to air dodge down. No, actually, no air dodge. Challenging him in a reckless spot, but he's still alive. Gets the grab so he gets to stay alive and somehow avoided all of that logic.
Yeah, but, I mean, it looked like the damage was done. It looked like Sen almost gave up already. I hope the composure can come back.
Yeah, everything for, oh yeah, that's your double jump. Yeah, you're not making that back at that point. Simplicity is key. Feed them the veggies. Go ahead, throw those turnips down. You do not need to go off stage here, because if you take a PK Thunder off of the stage spike, you probably are going to die.
Yeah, for sure. Sen needs to find a new answer. In the beginning of game number 1, whenever MuteAce would hit his shield, he would do a nair out of shield and it would work out. Give him some space, get some damage, put MuteAce off stage, but MuteAce has found an answer. He'd be able to get that shield up in time, and now Sen's really not having a way to respond to the pressure of MuteAce.
Yeah, and now what do you do here if you're Sen? You ran it back to Battlefield. You haven't been able to win on short hop fair game. You haven't been able to keep him grounded enough to get your throw combos, because MuteAce is just playing around all of your all of your jump calls, and he needs to keep him on the ground to get those dubs. I think he needs to go for much more grabs now, but he needs to condition Mute to actually respect him in that point so he can get those grabs in the first place.
Yeah. MuteAce just an even better start right now. Love to see Sen, put himself on the board, but MuteAce just such a foe, so difficult for anyone to defeat him.
It's just been so good. Like, Mute just looks so confident with this lead, and I think that's a big key factor. It's like, look, I'm not going to let you mix me up at all. And that just becomes very difficult for Ness, who commits always on an approach to find an opener outside of grounded PK Fire, which we haven't seen connect a single time so far because it's not been safe to go for.
137 up here, not going to take it, but Peach has plenty of tools. This might be enough. No, not quite.
Yeah, forward throw not going to be, not really killing until like 200 or so, but even so, 175, you're forced to hang out down there. That was a great tech from Sen. He does get the air dodge back on, but one single aerial takes out the stock.
Yeah, it's scary, and that's the area you were talking about. Coming down with that back air. Unfortunate for Sen, not prepared for it. Not able to really even find these spikes set up. There's so many things that Ness can do, but MuteAce is just playing in such a manner that Sen can't find the opening.
Like you said, those hips don't lie. You keep that going down there on the grounded options. You confirm into back air. You keep it going, and everything just works in favor of Mute. And now Mute, understanding that Sen's trying to play more grounded, he's challenging more with these dash attacks, and Sen keeps going for these regressive recoveries to the ledge. That time, somehow walking away with the stock again, but he's taking so much damage just to try and survive.
Yeah, I'm still really surprised that Sen is going into Peach. I don't know if it's intentional or what, but not going for that ledge, and that's the second time that MuteAce has been prepared with forward smash.
I think part of it is that even when you're trying to snap to the ledge instantly, you're directly above the stage still, so going for those forward smashes does connect. That time just reading them on an approach there with the forward smash. Once again, what an anti-air option. 33% to 163. Dash attack kills here, so you have to watch out for your grounded option.
Yeah, it's rough right now for Sen. Got to be so evasive, got to play so safe. And even a grab is terrifying because of what MuteAce has done to you when you're off stage. To find that opening, 2 stocks to 1, MuteAce on the verge of 3-0ing Sen.
At the very beginning of the set, Sen had such control, and then Mute figured it out. And especially when you get something like that Stitch, it does not get him on the 2-frame at neutral. So now you have to deal with this mix once again, keeping himself safe and then covering on the platform. The coverage on the platform has been insane. Sen has never found a safe landing in the past 2 games.
Who is this player? This is no longer MuteAce, okay? This is incredible. This is LoudAce. He is talking and everyone is listening right now.
This is Mute Ascension. We're seeing a brand new player here as Mute continues to move forward, potentially in this bracket. 135. Now you have to worry about the turnip coming back down. Catches him on the turnip. You don't really have a good option to recover. Catches him once again. Now you have to deal with maybe a Toad or a forward air. He somehow gets by, but it's not looking good because the throw pretty much takes it out.
Yeah, I mean, Sen, you're alive right now, but that was so short-lived. MuteAce finds the back air. MuteAce advances in the bracket. MuteAce 3-0 over Sen.
What incredible dump. Look at the hands on him. I still have more to go, but I am so happy I'm here. Mute has been playing so well. Had a back and forth at the very beginning of this game. Mute was on a tear at the beginning of Ultimate. Then kind of had back and forth with the the overall progress of where we saw in bracket, but of late, that main stage run, taking out Mars, going all the way to 9th, almost got top 8, and then here, still here, after that incredible run with CEO, getting 3rd, still putting in work and keeping themselves in this Smash World Tour bracket as they take out Sen, who is another big name that was left